What's going on, guys? Welcome to day, jeez, my hair's messy, out of 100. Day 21 out of 100. Doing a little something different today. I was supposed to start the new series, but started running out of time a little bit. I'm finally working a bunch again. But I have an interesting video that I figure we should watch together. Seeing as we just finished the Expedition 33, this video that we're going to be reacting to today is titled My Favorite Foreshadowing in Expedition 33 by The Odd Broadcaster. Leave a like. Really want to see everything we might have missed.
Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is one of the most surprising games I've ever played. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, and one of the big things it has going for it is not only just its amazing soundtrack or its brilliant voice acting work, but its story. It has a beautiful, multi-layered, incredible story, and it throws twists and turns after you, and you think you've got the story figured out, and then boom.
Yeah, they did.
It throws another curveball at you.
So many twists at us. It is actually ridiculous.
And one of the craziest things I've noticed upon replaying the game 5 or 6 times at this point is that the game spoils itself so much. So the goal for this video is for me to talk about some of my favorite foreshadowing moments that Expedition 33 does, and to highlight some stuff that the community has found and stuff that I have found, and hopefully help you guys learn some new things about the game. And before we start, obvious spoiler warning for the entirety of
Dress like Alicia.
Expedition 33. If you plan on experiencing the game for yourself, maybe watch this list so you can go and watch it later. But anyways, let's get into the video. Just a quick reminder, just in case it's been a while for a few people watching, Expedition 33 takes place in a canvas. It's like a painting world created by the Desandra family, specifically Verso and his older sister Clea. And Verso died in a fire after Alicia, his younger sister, aka Mael, was tricked by the writers, and he died. And grief-stricken, his mother Aline, the paintress, jumped into the canvas, gave life to Lumiere, and painted an invincible version of her family, all with flaws of their own, besides Verso. That'll be important later. And something interesting is Sophie, one of the Lumiereans that we play in the prologue. She is the one that gets gomaged.
Dude, these cats, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I didn't even realize my freaking mic is all the way on the ground again. They keep knocking it over, bro.
Actually, it says that Aline is stuck in the same cycle as them. Here, take a listen for yourself.
Sometimes I feel sorry for her.
Who? The paintress?
Look at her. She looks sad. Maybe she's a prisoner too.
Yeah.
Stuck in the same cycle.
I mean, we
with
didn't
us.
even
Silly her.
Only you could choose empathy at a moment like this.
It's one of the few choices I can make.
I couldn't do it.
It's okay. You don't have to.
Something interesting about this is a lot of people weren't really paying attention to all the dialogue in the prologue, especially if you had no idea what you were playing, like me. And so you didn't realize just how important the dialogue was. I was more focused on talking to everyone and beating that damn mime, but it is just really interesting how they spell out the plot of the game. And yet, you kind of just absentmindedly don't think about it, or at least in my case I didn't. In my opinion, the hardest plot point to put together on a first playthrough is that Renoir is actually the one causing the gomage and not the paintress. He is under the monolith, and he is inciting the gomage to steal all of Aline's chroma by killing all her creations, so she can no longer keep her creations going and thus force her out of the campus. And what's interesting is during the prologue, they actually kind of tell you this in a clever way. Because right before Sophie is gomaged, and the rest of the 33H Lumiereans are killed off, you actually hear a piano theme, and this piano theme is Renoir's theme. Here, take a listen.
Yeah. This game, layers, bro, layers. Wow. Two crazy things so far, dude.
Expedition 33 does its foreshadowing by music a lot, and one of the first English songs that plays is Linen and Cotton, and that plays in the Spring Meadows section. And if you pay attention to the lyrics, you can actually hear something very interesting, and it's kind of gives away that our characters are made of ink. We're creations of the paintress. Here, take a listen.
Just throwing it in your face, huh?
This is a little on the nose as it talks about how there's ink in our veins and how it is the blood of our life and how we should not be afraid of passing time as there are many different times. And without hindsight, you might just assume it's talking about Neverons. I'm sure I did. But it's just something interesting to think about. There is one more bit of music foreshadowing I'm going to talk about in this video that isn't talked about a lot, so let's get into that. Some of my favorite cutscenes in the games are the ones where Alicia and Mael meet, and we get that cool black and white aspect ratio switch, and it is just epic. And obviously, Alicia is Mael. This is the painted version of Alicia and how her mother views her, which is a very cruel way. And something interesting is the game straight up tells us this with the music, and I'm going to see if you guys can catch it, and then I'll explain it.
Alicia, I told you to stay home.
I don't think I caught it.
It's not good for you to see this.
If you didn't catch that, that's fine. It happens pretty quick. The song starts under the name Mael, and it gets cut off immediately after by Renoir, who says the name Alicia. So that is the game outright telling us that Mael is Alicia. I'll play it one more time, and then we'll get into our next bit of foreshadowing.
She doesn't even know what she's done.
Alicia,
I
told you to stay home.
Alicia.
It's not good for you to see this.
One of my favorite E33 YouTubers is Professor Curie, and I commented on one of his videos asking for his favorite foreshadowing, and he gave me inspiration to make this video, and he told me an interesting piece of foreshadowing. He told me that the Lune and Gustav argument in Act 1, you know, the one, the fuck the mission Lune argument, could actually be interpreted as the same question that is being asked in the ending. Lune reminds Gustav, one life is not important than the entire life of Lumiere, and asks if he still believes that, and he goes, I hope I do. And that's the same question that we're asked in the ending. Is Verso's life more important than the entire life of the canvas? Is the life of the Desandre family like more important than the entire life of the canvas? Because if Verso dies, Renoir erases the canvas, and if Alicia is sent home. If Alicia beats him, she forces him to live in the canvas, and the future is more up to your interpretation, but the canvas lives on. And it's just really interesting. I recommend checking out Professor Curie, and I'm going to play this cutscene for you, and I want to hear your thoughts.
I am
am not letting Mael die out here. I'm taking her home.
What? No, no, no! We have a mission!
Oh, fuck the mission! Fuck the mission, Lune! What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take down the paintress, just the three of us? My gun and your sparks?
I didn't take you for a coward.
I'm not a coward.
You swore the oath. When one falls, we continue.
Yes, I know.
When one falls. When one falls. Not if. When. We knew not all of us would make it. But we continue. As long as even one of us stands, our fight is not over.
But I'm not afraid to fight. It's just Mael. She's...
Mael swore the same oath.
I know that.
She chose her life. You and I... Come on, we always said the future of Lumiere is more important than
any individual life, yes.
Do you still believe that? Do you still believe that? Do you?
God, I wish Gustav would have made it to the end, bro. See what he felt about everything.
I hope I do.
That's actually crazy, though. Especially more at, like, the beginning of this whole talk. Really, like, it really is, like, the beginning. Because if you think about it, I mean, Verso was, like, protecting Mael. In the end, too. Well, Alacia, but... Verso's protecting Alacia still. Pulling her out. She's gonna die inside there.
Talk about the Axons. The Axons are Renoir's symbolic interpretation of his family at the time of making them. Cyrene is Aline, she who plays with Wonder. She played with Wonder inside the campus and got lost in it by adding life to it. The last way she can remember her son. Clea's Axon is the Hollow. You can tell by the clothes, and it's the dead one found outside of Old Lumiere. It is symbolic of Clea holding the weight of the family on her shoulders. Alicia's Axon is the Reacher. It's symbolic of Renoir believing how high she can go, that there's no limit to what she can reach. And Verso's Axon is Visages, he who hides truth with lies. And that could actually be interpreted in many ways. I mean, the real Verso is the one Renoir painted, or Renoir made this Axon for, obviously. And that could be interpreted as Verso hiding his thoughts and feelings with masks. He hid that he never wanted to be a paintress. He wanted to be a musician. He wanted to play piano. And this also could apply to Painted Verso, as Painted Verso lies all the fucking time. He took this Axon literally.
Yes.
When you replay this game, keep track of how many times Verso lies. It is
all the time.
ridiculous.
All the time. I did not trust that dude one bit. I ain't trust him one bit, bro. He just cap out the mouth 24/7, dude. Oh. That dude never told the truth. How many truths did he tell? Seriously, how many times did that dude tell the truth, bro? I can't tell you, bro. I can't even tell you, bro.
And it's something to think about, because it really gets you thinking once you hear Verso go, that was Verso, wasn't it? It makes you think.
Yes,
should I be
I
trusting
remember.
this?
I wasn't tripping. Verso said, so this was the real Verso, huh?
And if you pay attention to him following that story, you might start to find him suspicious. I think it's really clever, and I think it's really cool. One of the most shocking moments in Expedition 33 is when Gustav dies at the hands of Renoir after you defeat the Lampmaster. Yeah. Happens at the end of Act 1. They go to throw one more rock, Gustav and Mael, and then boom, Renoir kills him. It's really shocking. It comes seemingly out of nowhere, but the game does try to warn us. And the way they try to warn us is by giving us a Pictos right after defeating the Lampmaster. We get the Pictos at Death's Door, because Gustav is literally at Death's Door. Once you press X or whatever you're playing on to progress through this menu, you get the cutscene where he dies. It's very sad. And very funny Sandfall. On replays, I bet a few people got a good chuckle after that. I'm gonna end on a bit of a sad note with the foreshadowing. We're gonna go back to the topic of Verso and how he swooped in to save Mael at the time Gustav died. Perfectly in time to save Mael, but not Gustav. And if you progress Alicia's relationship plot, at the very end of it, you get the option to admit the truth after Alicia asks him, could you have saved Gustav? And Verso, the lying motherfucker, has the chance to lie on this. I don't know who would do that, but he admits, yes, he could have saved Gustav, but he let Gustav die. And this is really shocking, because why would Verso make Alicia go through the same thing she went through before? She already lost a brother, and now Verso just let her lose another one. It's kind of fucked up, Verso. I liked Gustav. But the game does foreshadow this during Gustav's very sad funeral, when Alicia / Mael, I realized I fucked up their names, or not really, but I swapped their names. Once she's saying, you were the best brother and father I ever had, to Gustav, you can see Verso get visibly uncomfortable. This foreshadows that Verso is Mael's, or Alicia's brother, or at least a painted version of her dead brother. And it also foreshadows that he's feeling bad, he's feeling guilty, because he didn't save Gustav when he could have. I noticed this on my first replay, and every time I see the scene, it pisses me off, but yeah, I'll play the scene here so you guys can see.
I'll save them, Gustav. Emma, your apprentices, everyone.
You can leave it to us. You were always there for me.
I'll save them.
Say hi to Soph for me, yeah?
We could never tell if you were my brother or my father. But to me, you were both. Best brother and father I've ever had.
When one falls, we continue.
Thanks for being my family.
Verso's out no fault.
Alright, that's gonna do it for today's video. I'm gonna do a little bit of a yap sesh here. I think
wasn't that wild. I thought it was gonna be a little more crazier. Maybe there is some stuff that oh, he dropped another one.